Hey Full Circle agents, if you are not part of the Full Circle Texas brokerage, please leave this video and talk to your broker about this form. So today we're going to talk about the residential real estate listing agreement exclusive right to sell. So whenever you're creating a listing agreement for your sellers, make sure that you are picking the one that says exclusive right to sell because you want to be the exclusive agent that is selling the property. Here you're going to put the property information or the party information. You're going to put the seller's names, address, all that good stuff there. Here, broker name, address, city, and all that. And then down here, I actually put my phone number and email. You can put the broker's phone number and email, but I like to put mine that way they can contact me. Down here, you're going to put the property information. You're going to get this from the tax record on Realist Tax. Lot number, block number, addition, if there is one, city of Houston, Galveston, county, Harris, Galveston, Brazoria, whatever county it's in, and then the actual address goes here. So down here in the exclusions, this is talking about any improvements or accessories on the house that they don't want to relay with the property. Something like a mailbox or ceiling fan, chandelier, anything like that, they're going to write those down here. Some things that don't go in there are the refrigerator, washer and dryer. Those are not things that are automatically relayed with the home, so we're going to want to put anything else there that they don't want to sell with the house. Owners Association. If it is or is not in a property HOA, you're going to want to go ahead and click that. The listing price. I always have the seller fill this out. We go over comps, we figure out and we agree upon a price, and then I have them go ahead and put that price there. That way they know that they chose that price and I did not choose that price for them. The term, you're going to want to start the listing on the day that you're meeting with them for the listing agreement and then go 6 months to a year out. You just don't know what can happen and delay the process. So you just want to make sure that you're that exclusive realtor for them for the full term. Broker compensation, this is not fixed or chosen by the NAR, but we normally put 6% there. And then let's see, it's just talking about how it's earned and payable, any other compensation that might be provided. So here, if you want to put, I believe Nikki puts $1,000, but it's really up to you. You don't have to put anything there, or you could put $150 for photography or anything like that. This is just if they decide to terminate this listing agreement, they will provide you with a reimbursement to things that you paid for, whether it's marketing, photos, anything like that. The protection period, this is where that comes in. This is the 60 days that you are protected to get paid for the listing if you brought the buyers. So say you had a listing for a month, you brought a buyer, they were interested, they wanted to put an offer, but then the seller decided to terminate the listing agreement. And if they do not sign with another agent within that 60 days and that same buyer goes back to that house and wants to purchase it, you get to earn commission for that. If they sign a listing agreement with a new agent before that 60 days is up, it doesn't matter. It null and voids that 60 days. Next thing, you're going to want to put all amounts payable to the broker paid in cash in Harris County because that is where Full Circle is located. Listing service, you're going to want to file this in the MLS. So you're going to check this box here. And then usually you're going to pick this one, but this just means that you have to put it on within 5 days of the listing agreement being signed. I like to check this box for my sellers because we usually have to prepare a home for photos, and if we happen to get it in to the MLS before the 5 days is up, at least we're covered just in case. So this is if the seller does not want you to put it on the MLS, you're going to check that box there. This is just some content information definitions for the seller. Access to the property. So you're going to want to put a key box on the property and allow a showing service. We use Showing Smart. It is a free service provided through HAR. And you're going to put the phone number there too. I didn't put the phone number on here, but you are going to want to put the phone number there. So down here, the key box, you're going to want to have them allow you to put a key box on the property so that people can access the property. And then this is if there's a tenant that occupies the property, that they have written authorization to use a key box. Cooperation with other brokers. This is basically for the buyer's agent that is coming to bring you a buyer for your property. So if the buyer's agent comes in, brings a buyer, they get 3%. They don't get any amount of the sales price. They just get 3%. Down here, sub-agent, non-MLS brokers, they all get 0, 0, 0, 0. Intermediary. I believe Nikki's going to go a little bit over this on the actual intermediary form, excuse me. But basically, you are going to want to get this box checked, because if your seller decides, or if a buyer comes along and they are my buyer or any buyer of any agent that is within the Full Circle brokerage, we have to make sure that we are checking off intermediary, because that just means that the broker is representing the buyer and the seller in the transaction. So this is just a little bit more information about intermediary, confidential information, keep everything confidential. Broker's authority, this is if the seller doesn't want the listing displayed on the internet, or they don't want the address displayed on the internet, they can check those boxes. And then down here, you're going to click the financing options. These are generally the common ones: conventional, FHA, VA, cash. There are these 3 over here. I don't normally use these, but owner financing is one that comes up sometimes, but it's not very common. These first 4 are the most common. So let's see down here, just a lot of information. So the seller's representations: seller's current and not delinquent on any loans. They're not aware of any liens. It's not, there's no relocation company. So you're going to put NA here if that is the case. And then down here, you'll put the relocation company if there is one involved. If not, then you'll put NA there as well. And then this is just some information: limitation of liability and what we are and are not responsible for. So special provisions, we don't commonly use this box, but it is there if you do need to use it for anything. And then down here, you're going to want to click on anything that you're going to attach to this listing agreement. So obviously, you're always going to want to have your IABS form and your sales disclosure. If it's built before 1978, you're going to want to click on that so that they can do the information on the lead-based paint. Click this if they have a survey and you're able to get the T47 done. Click here if it's in a mud or water district. And then just the rest, information on owners association, all of these things. If it's in a special flood hazard area, you're going to want to click that. So just make sure that you're clicking anything that pertains to this agreement that you need done by the seller. So the agreement of parties, additional notices. Like I said earlier, the compensation is not fixed by the Association of Realtors, the Association of Realtors or the MLS or any listing service. And I always go through in great detail about these specific pieces of information with my seller, because it is extremely important. That's why it's in bold. So the compensation, this is about the fair housing and not discriminating against. This is about if there's a lender or lien holder on the property, regarding payoff amounts for any existing mortgages, liens on the property. Broker advises the seller to review information before they add the house to the MLS. To remove or secure jewelry, prescription drugs, or other valuables, firearms, anything like that, you're going to want to have them remove or secure those things before you list the property. That way, when there's showings or open houses, that those things are put away. So right here, you're going to tell them to consult an attorney before using surveillance devices. This is very important because a lot of sellers have Ring doorbells and other types of recording devices in their homes. And then here, so the statutes or ordinances may regulate certain items on the property, like a swimming pool, septic systems. If it was before 1978, you have to have that lead-based paint addendum. And then this is just letting them know if they are or are not a foreign person. And then this is all about wire fraud, telling them to not send forms or personal information such as bank account numbers. And then also, we are not able to give legal advice because we are not lawyers or attorneys. So we just tell them to read carefully before they sign. Here you'll put the broker's information, Full Circle Texas, their license number here. You're going to click Broker's Associate's signature, and then you'll sign there and your name. And then seller's printed name, signature, and all that jazz. And then of course you're going to have your initials and their initials on every single page. So make sure that you have those initials and signatures where they are needed so that you can get this listing agreement and do it correctly. All right, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out.